Alright, let's see if anyone comes back here. There we go. Alright, got a couple of you back. Yeah, so I reduced it to 720p. Still 60 frames per second because this game shines at 60 frames, so hopefully I can maintain that at least, but I did knock it down to 720p. Good news is I found that special ring, so I'm gonna hop through it. So I did find that second special ring. I had a feeling I knew where it was, but I got a little unsure there for a bit. Right. I didn't mean to go over the, damn it. Alright, let's catch this thing. It's so good though. Really not trying to go Mach 3. Like, I'm really not trying to. I guess it's okay if I go Mach 3 now. Alright, there we go. Oh, is the mic quality bad? Sorry, Don. Yeah, I'm using the Pulse headphones, the Pulse Elite, so they're not, you know, the headphone kind of sucks. I'm not using my good, you know, Game Explain mic or anything. I know, I saw that, all that unused content, right? I've been checking out the cutting room floor, and there's a... Oh, oops. Okay, well, whatever. I watched a YouTube video by... Oh, what channel was it? I can't remember. I'm kind of over Blue Sphere. I was kind of over it, oh, wait. Let's go. Like, when this game came out. I never liked it back in Sonic 3, to be honest, but, that's why I don't go in the... I've already finished them all, so I don't really go back in the Blue Sphere stages anymore. I haven't gotten all gold medallions, but I don't really feel the need to. But fun fact, I was a two-time Blockbuster Store champion back in like 1995 or something. 1995, 94, and one of the games I won in was Sonic 3 Blue Sphere. Little known fact about me. It sounds so weird saying that now, how old the Blockbuster Store Championship, like, what? Rental stores don't even exist today. But back then it was all about Blockbuster Video and Hollywood Video. Rented so many games as a kid. Alright, I'm not gonna get the last rings, I don't think, that's okay. Oops. Alright. Yeah, I can't sleep either. Level 50. God, you can already go to level 50? I thought level 20 was the max for some reason. Clearly not. I actually prefer the half-pipe from Sonic 2, to be honest. Actually, my favorite incarnation of the half-pipe is the Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast. Excuse me. Alright, time for the Mean Bean Machine. God, the first time I saw this, holy crap. I actually had a friend in the industry tip me off about it, so I kind of knew it was in the game, but I didn't know where. I didn't really know the context. It was, oh, so good. What a great surprise. Oh, you have to, excuse me, I'm not very good at Mean Beans. I'm not really good at puzzle games in general, to be honest. The song seems so intense for Mean Bean Machine. I actually never played the original, so I can only assume that it's a remix, but I don't know. But I can only assume it's from that game. But still, it just seems so intense for a puzzle game. I should have to go, yeah, I should go look up the soundtrack on YouTube. I'd love to know, have like the proper context for this song. Context matters so much in the soundtrack, after all. Sure. Trying to make something cool happen here, but it's just not happening. Alright. Will this do anything? Probably not. No. Nothing. Nothing at all. Alright, looks like I have an orange. I think I'm gonna be okay just because I'm gonna last longer, but yeah, I'm doing pretty terribly. Alright. The war of attrition. Like I said, I am not good at Mean Bean. I usually do a little bit better than that, but still, I'm not very good at it. It's a final boss in Puyo Puyo 1. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. I gotta go check out the original soundtrack. Well, soundtracks, I should say. Alright. Actually, let me get caught up in the, chat here. Menu, oh man, Sonic Mega Collection. Yeah, me too. I used to play that. Alright. Let's do Studiopolis. Still one of the best songs in the game. Even though it's like the song that I've played on repeat ever since this game was first announced, because it was all that was available, I still am not tired of it. It's so good. All of the original work in this is good. It really makes me want a sequel with all original zones, because they would kill it. You know they would. Alright, the first special ring in this stage, that at least I know of, is here. Very easy to get to. Alright, so once you know the route in this one, it becomes a lot easier. But it's still not the easiest. So I almost jumped on the spikes. Alright, I'm gonna stay down and get the blue spheres for this lap. I want to get to Mach 2 as soon as possible. So the trick is you gotta go this way. If you go the other way, you'll never, ever catch the UFO, and it's a pointless endeavor. You might as well give up. So the trick is you have to take that route straight ahead of you, and not turn. It's very tricky. It took me a while to figure out. And then it's just about staying on track, basically. And not running out of rings. And not going Mach 3 if you can help it. Yeah, so you just gotta go this way. Yeah, pretty tough to figure out when you're first learning the course, but not too tough to do once you know it. Yeah, the original zones in this game are unbelievable. I think Press Garden might be my favorite zone in the game. Press Garden Act 2 specifically is just unreal how good it is. Okay, looks like the stream looks like it's doing alright. Oh, that song is so good. But I gotta say, I was thinking about it the other day, I might actually like Studiopolis Act 2 more. I mean, I love them both, but I think if I had to choose, I might go with Act 2. Alright, I want to try to get these things. Let me get it. Alright, cool. I kind of almost don't like getting invincibility and lightning, or sorry, invincibility and like turbo shoots, just because it interrupts the music. Same reason I'm so excited about this patch is no more accidental super transformation soundtrack interruptions. Okay, so I have kind of gotten a pretty good handle on where that special ring is in Studiopolis 1, so that's nice. Alright, so I like to get as many rings as I can here. Let's get going to Mach 2 as soon as I can. Alright, here we go. Ooh, that was close. Almost slid into that bomb. Ooh, almost whipped that. You lose speed when you're in the air like that, so try not to hit those when I'm trying to catch the UFO. Alright, there we go. Just getting caught up with the chat, let's see. Yes, Pixel Art Mastery indeed. Zega Extrion, I am up late on a Monday because I just am awake, and I felt like checking out the new patch and taking advantage of not having to transform whenever I just wanted to fly or glide and just enjoy the soundtrack. And I totally agree, Jack. I don't dislike Mirage Saloon Act 1 of Sonic & Tails, but it's definitely my least favorite zone in the game, or act in the game, I should say. And Knuckles' level is so much better. Both the music and the level itself. So yeah, I agree. Mirage Saloon Act 1 is Sonic & Tails is like my personal low point of the game, but it's still really good. Well, pretty good. I don't personally feel like Sky Chase needed to come back. Alright, let's do it. I think the soonest I've ever had all 7 emeralds in Studiopolis 1. Maybe Chemical Plant 2. No, I think it's Studiopolis 1. I'm obviously not going to break that today. I think there's probably one more I can find, but I'm not too worried about it. I'll get it when I get it. Plus, now we get to hear this awesome Hard-Boiled Heavy's boss theme for the first time. This is like, I think, probably the game's first major difficulty spike for me. At Sonic, at least. Obviously, as Tails, it's much easier, but it took me a little while to get the momentum down in the air, and I kept screwing up the jumps and losing tons of lives. And, like, when I watch friends play, this is usually where they start losing a bunch of lives initially as well. It seems to be the first major choke point, or, like, skill test. I also actually think the Green Hill boss is surprisingly tough. Not tough, but I would say not easy for a first boss. Because it's not immediately obvious where you have to hit it. especially if you haven't played Sonic 2, it's not obvious, and I feel like so much of it is, you know, hurts you if you touch it. Yeah, it just feels like a very unsafe boss for a Green Hill, for like a first zone boss, but I like it. It's cool. That's why it's cool, it's because it's a surprise. By the way, this song is so good. Again, very, again, actually, I'd say Sonic 3D Blast Saturn. Also very, nice. Jack Run Radio. But yeah, I feel like so many people say Sonic CD, and yeah, Sonic CD, but nah, man. 3D Blast, too. Oh, Studiopolis Act 2 is so good. First time I saw that LED screen of Eggman, I was like, holy shit. The presentation in this game is just off the charts. Yeah, I gotta say, I think if I had to choose, it would go to Act 2. For Studiopolis. They're both so good, but I kinda wanted to go up higher. There's a higher route. That's not gonna work. Get this one out. Oh, I guess not, okay. Thought I missed the high route, but I guess not. This is one of my favorite songs in the soundtrack for sure, like no doubt. Alright, here we go. I just love the whole theme of this stage, the whole background, the colors, the theming, everything about the stage is super cool. Yeah, a sequel with all original zones would just be ridiculous. It's gotta happen. Over here, right? Yeah. There it is. Alright, well this might be it. Let's see. This one is a nightmare if you get to Mach 3. It gets really hard to stay on track. Alright, so really it's just about staying on track and not screwing that up. At that part, I actually find it very advantageous not to get distracted by the ring boxes, because jumping on the ring boxes I found makes it very easy for you to go off track, and it's just easy to suicide. And there it is. Nice. Pretty happy with that performance. Alright, let's do it. Oh no! So I actually saw an icon in the upper right. Yeah, okay, I think I see how they do it now. That's cool. Alright, I gotta get 50 rings again, though. I didn't really get a chance to... Ah, I lost it again. Alright, yeah, I see to get 50 rings. Oh, okay, it works. Oh, it's such a good zone. God, I love the gimmicks. Close. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So now, because of this glorious, glorious patch, I can do something like fly, even once I have all 7 emeralds, and not transform, and that's perfect. There's so many times that I regret getting all the emeralds because I just want to be able to play the game without interrupting the soundtrack, but I want to fly and glide and drop dash, and I can't. So this is perfect. This is like addresses one of my very few complaints about this game. Perfect update. And on that note, I'm actually not transforming because I don't want to ruin this glorious song. But I just got that ruined it anyway. Oops. Alright, let's go here. Alright, well, I'm ruined it anyway, so here we go. Press triangle. There it is. That's super cool. Okay, so yeah, great update. That's all I needed. And perfect. And the post here, which I can use to reset the music, which I did often. Before this patch, that was my method of restoring the music, was just to find a signpost and hop into a special stage. Alright. I love that Tails' helicopter Tails can actually damage Eggman, just like in the original games. We were talking about this song before. This is a cool song, and it's, I think it's overshadowed by the other one. I like the other one a lot, and I probably like it more, but still, this one's really good. And I feel like it's unfairly overshadowed. Alright. Yeah, I totally agree with you about the transition, like the transition is in the flow of the zone for Studiopolis TSD. Speaking of good music, Flying Battery, baby. So 1 second, I'm gonna get caught up with the chat. I haven't played Hellblade. It looked pretty messed up, though. Okay, still getting caught up here. Yeah, I haven't played Hellblade. It looked pretty cool, though. Yeah, exactly, TSD. Yeah, you nailed it about how they designed the Emerald 7 stage. Oh, hey, Hylian, how's it going? Sorry for the delayed hello. I'm just now getting caught up in the chat. Yeah, Wave Studios. First of all, welcome. And second of all, I agree. I'm sad that Super Tails lost his flaky army of death. I was really hoping they would come back, but I feel like they kind of toned down the supers in this game anyway. Which I guess is both good and bad. Like, I feel like Supersonic actually doesn't look as cool in this as he usually does. And, like, even Tails and Knuckles look fine, but none of them flash as much as they usually do. It's very subtle, I feel. I do miss the Super Emeralds, though. You're not a fan of Flying Battery Zone, Dom Dom? Hey, Wave Studios. Yeah, I do remember you. How's it going? Thanks for coming by and, saying hi. That was a fun E3. It was a good E3 this year. Is there anything up here? No, there isn't. This is not Act 2. This is Act 1. Alright. God, I love Flying Battery Zone. Definitely one of my favorites from probably the whole series. Really glad they brought it back. Now I got fire protection, even better. Alright. Navigate one of the few parts of this game with an actual pit. One of the things I do like about the design of this game, of the levels, is that there are very few pits that just, like, surprise you in the bad ways that classic Sonic games sometimes do surprise you. I feel like this game does away with a lot of the problems you see in classic Sonic games. As amazing as they are, I still love them. They're classics. But, you know, they do have some level design problems, and I feel like Sonic Mania wisely avoids pretty much all of them. There's still a couple of unexpected pits, but not a whole lot. Alright, well now that I've got all 7 emeralds, it's pretty much just about speedrunning, I guess, or my approximation of speedrunning. Oh, I love this patch. See, right there, I would have already messed up the soundtrack because I wanted to fly. So yeah, this is much better. That's definitely something they should have changed to begin with, but I think that's just one of those things that maybe slipped through the cracks because they were so focused on emulating the originals in certain ways. But I feel like, yeah, this is one of the ways they could have updated it, and nobody would have complained. Kind of like how Mega Man 10 very wisely decided to adopt the L and R method of weapon changing, whereas Mega Man 9 very stubbornly refused to do that, just so it could be like, you know, Mega Man 2. Which is a whole other discussion. That goes to my whole reason why I actually think 10 is better than 9. Which is not a popular opinion. Alright. That's what I wanted to do. The mini-boss theme, too, it's a nice cross between, like, Sonic 3's and something with a little more, like, melody to it. Like, I guess like Sonic and Knuckles. It kind of has that sinister vibe of Sonic and Knuckles, but that kind of cool Michael Jackson hip-hop beat of, or vibe of Sonic 3's. I'm checking out the chat. Man, you guys are really, I do, TST, you make a great point. I do like that it shows that Tails has become powerful. You're totally right. And yeah, I was so worried they were not going to give him a super transformation. I was like, please don't do that to Tails. Don't do Tails dirty like that, and they didn't. I love it. Because at this point, he really is he is pretty much their equal. Or he's at least as much Sonic's equal as Knuckles is. Sonic is still probably the most, you know, I'd bet on him if all three of them were gonna duke it out, but if we're not talking about Knuckles, I feel like Tails and Knuckles are pretty much, we're not talking about Sonic, I feel like Tails and Knuckles are pretty much equal at this point. Right, Infinity Buster X. Hell yeah. Hey, Mubar, how's it going? I do non-game explain streams. God, it's like they made the ending of that story mode for me. I didn't want to talk about it too much on Twitter because I didn't want to spoil, you know, the few people who actually do care, but holy crap, it's like they made the ending of that story mode for me. It's like, I feel like they did kind of, X wasn't in it much for the first, like, half of it, and I was like, well, this kind of sucks. Because they were talking about him being, like, the main character and, like, a main focus, and I'm like, well, that's kind of bullshit. And then, nope, the second half paid off. It was awesome. And they actually made him the most powerful character in the story and made him, like, the ultimate hero. I love it. Like, they definitely kind of presented him, I guess, as the most powerful character in both rosters, because he's the only one who can handle, I guess, the power of using the Infinity Buster, which is awesome. You know who can't do it? Zero. That's right, I said it. Now, I feel like we're finally past that era of, like, ridiculous Zero worship. Like, I feel like Capcom, mainly because Inafune's gone, I feel like Capcom has moved on from Zero, and now X is finally getting his due. Because X is like the one you see now. X is like the one that's getting added to everything. X is in Puzzle Fighter, whatever, as much Puzzle Fighter as that thing actually is. And X is the one in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, he's just the one you see now in a lot of Mega Man merchandise or a lot of just marketing. They're really pushing X himself heavily, which is really cool to see. So yeah, I do feel like we're past that obnoxious era of Zero worship. It was a long era, though. God, it felt long. At least as an X fan, it felt long. You know, speaking of flow, I do love the way this level flows. Lots of just fun, high-speed parts where you're just running free. It's really cool. Like this. And like that. It's a really fun zone. Watch out. Such a good... I love this level. I love the way they remixed it. The rain and, like, the hail and the wind. It just makes the zone feel dramatic in a way the original didn't, and it's awesome. Like, they nailed it. Completely nailed the presentation. Is there anything... Can I go over here? Probably not, right? Nah, I guess I can't. Oh, this part, yeah. This part's awesome. There's like a part near the end where you run down the down the outside of the ship, and it's really cool. $220 rings. See if I can not screw it up. Now that I said that, though. There we go. Oh, wait, no. I want to go in here. Oh, it's so good. The rain, I just love it. It completely changes this zone. One thing I like about the boss of this zone is that pretty much no matter what you do, it takes it somewhat long to beat it, just because of the nature of how you damage him, which gives the full boss theme, you know, time to loop a couple of times, which I really appreciate. Because most of the bosses in this game are pretty short-lived once you know what you're doing. I know there's a path down there through the junk too, but I think I enjoy this path more. Ooh, almost 300 rings. Nice. Nice. I am so much enjoying the presence of that super icon up there. So good. So yeah, to respond to one of your questions earlier about why I'm up this late on a Monday night, or Tuesday morning now, it's a great question. I'm not sleepy, and I got pretty excited about this patch. And I realized I hadn't really streamed Sonic Mania before. I kind of want to stream it again, like, maybe do an official Game Explain stream of it. Because I like to play through with Sonic and just, like, drop dash around, because I really enjoy playing with the drop dash, and sometimes I'm even good enough with it to, like, show off and do cool stuff, so I might want to do, like, a larger scale stream of it, but just in case I don't get the chance to do that for a while or whenever, I felt like I should really stream this game that I've been so excited about all year, and I haven't even streamed once yet, even though I've played it like 14 times. Ah, don't do that, sure. Oh, this song is so good. Ah, that happens sometimes though, it gets caught on the... I do like how you can stop him from shooting those bolts though, if you just keep hitting him. It actually is possible to hit him into the spikes without using the turbines. It's just, you kinda gotta do it delicately. It's not easy to do. Oh, this is when the song really gets good. I love this part. Oh god, it's so good. You can hear those little Michael Jackson woos in the back. I love it. Oh, games this special don't come around very often. I don't know how... Excuse me. I don't know how I could possibly pick a game of the year. Oh yeah, Sonic 3 is a lot harder. Way A Studios. Oh, Press Garden. Probably my favorite level in the game, actually. Alright, I'm gonna get caught up on... Oh, okay, that's it. Cool. Alright. Press Garden might be my favorite zone in this game. It's just so good. It's such a unique, like, idea. The concept is just so out there. It's like a combination, like, press, like a newspaper press, a Japanese garden, an ice level. It's so cool. God, this team just absolutely needs to be allowed to make a game full of their own original ideas. That would be just... I don't know if I can even handle it. I don't know if I can handle it. The potential there is just too much. And you know they're gonna do it. Like, Sonic Mania, all signs are pointing that it's sold incredibly well, and it is easily going to be remembered of the, you know, regardless of how Sonic Forces turns out to be, Sonic Mania is going to be remembered as the true return to form for Sonic after all this time. So, you know Sega's got to be looking at it. And even, I think Izuka even said, you know, Sonic Mania's sales would determine the direction of the franchise, so... Look, Sega can't afford to do shit that doesn't make them money, so you know they have another 2D Sonic in the pipeline already. They have to. There's at least gonna be one more. It's totally gonna be like the Mega Man 9 and 10 effect, but they'll probably, it's over here, it'll probably last a lot longer than that did, and go on to make people happy for years to come, instead of Mega Man 9 and 10, which only made people happy for like 2 years. Damn shame too, isn't it? I love the direction it was going. One of the many reasons I say that Mega Man 10 was better than 9, or at least I like it more than 9, was because it dared to be its own cool original thing. Very much like Mega Man 4, 5, and 6, in that it decided to do kind of its own weird thing with the 8-bit formula, as opposed to Mega Man 9, which, let's be honest, really is just a Mega Man 2 circle jerk. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong, 9's awesome. And it's great precisely because it tries to ape 2 so closely, but in doing that, I just kind of feel like it ends up feeling like Mega Man 9-2. Or sorry, Mega Man 2-2, I should say, sorry. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with Mega Man 2-2, but, you know, I want Mega Man 9 to feel more like a sequel, and not a retread of 2. So, that's why I like 10, because it really had its own identity. It felt original. And it felt like it took some chances. The soundtrack was a little weird, it was a little experimental. The levels, like the Robot Master designs were a little bizarre. Like, I just felt like it took more chances. They brought bass back, he was playable. It had weirder special weapons, although I admit, 9 special weapons were ace. So yeah, I think that's... yeah. can do that as Sonic, but not Tails. Yeah, this level. The colors, the music. Oh, so good. And it's so reminiscent of Metropolis Zone, too. It borrows so many level elements from Metropolis Zone. Well, as all the zones do. They all borrow level elements from... Oh, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. He already hit an orange box on the way down. Good going, Knuckles. Nice. Alright. The colors, the music, and Knuckles. I'm not gonna lie, Press Garden Act 2 might have my favorite music in the game. Might. Alright, I'm getting caught up in the chat here. Let's see. Oh man, you guys are really, you're chatting fast. You think I should do it with Knuckles? Yeah, but I really want to drop dash. Yeah, I don't think I can, I can't respond to everything. Knack 2 Game of the Year. What is it with Knack 2? Yeah, the Mania team making an original game, it's gotta happen. You know it's gonna happen. Sonic Mania, versus Super Mario Maker, you can't compare the two. One's a creation game, the other is it's a single-player platforming, adventure. But personally, for me, it would be Sonic Mania, but I don't think you can really compare the two. Alolan Sam/Mania, welcome, and I agree. Mega Man, well, actually, no. I love... Mega Man 5 is actually my favorite Mega Man Classic game. By the way, TSD shoutouts. I very rarely see other people say Mega Man 5 is their favorite Mega Man game. It is mine too. And I love 6. 6 has aged very well. I don't like 4 as much. In fact, Mega Man 4 might be my least favorite of the NES games. Something just feels off about it to me. I don't know. It's just not, I don't know, something just doesn't feel right about it. It's not a terrible game. I still like it, and a lot of the music is great, but I feel like it's just not as consistent. I mean, 1 might be my least favorite, just because it, really hasn't aged as well as the others for obvious reasons, but after that, it might be 4. So yeah, this might be my favorite level in the game. God, everything about this level. Background, the song is insane. I don't even know how T. Lopes thought of this. It's so good. Oh god, it's fantastic. That beat is phenomenal. I get kind of a Streets of Rage vibe from it a little bit. Not like an overt one. There's actually a song later in the game that I get more of a Streets of Rage vibe from, which I'll tell you about when we get there, but... I get a bit of a Streets of Rage vibe from the second half of the song. Watch out. I adore this one. There's that aquatic ruin callback with those arrows in the wall. Love it. Yeah, Game of the Year this year is just going to be absolutely impossible. I don't even know. I'm dreading it. Because no matter what I decide, I'm gonna piss people off. And more than that, no matter what I decide, I'm gonna feel like I made the wrong choice, because there's so many deserving games this year. People are gonna be so mad if I don't pick Zelda. Although, if I don't pick Zelda, I'm not the only one who they're gonna get mad at, because I'm pretty sure Andre's not picking Zelda either. I don't know, I definitely want to go. I haven't played DLC Pack 1 yet, because I've just been too busy with other stuff. But I want to go back and play DLC Pack 1 before I... And then hopefully 2 as well, before I make any Game of the Year decisions. But... there we go. That level doesn't last long enough, though. I wish Press Garden Act 2 was longer. It's so good. And then there's Odyssey coming, too. Alright, take care, Way Studios. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, and Donkey. I love Donkey. Yeah, 5's presentation is fantastic. In my opinion, it's probably the best looking and best sounding game on the NES from a technical perspective. And I just think the soundtrack is the best in the classic Mega Man series too. 5's soundtrack is just so good. It's full of just amazing songs, and it doesn't get its due nearly enough. People write off 4, 5, and 6 way too much. 4, I mean, it's not my favorite, but I don't think it should get written off. But 5 and 6 get written off way too often, and they're both great. Mega Man 5 has my favorite Mega Man classic song of all time, which is the Wily Castle theme from Mega Man 5. Which legend has it? I don't know. I can't cite any sources for this, but various sources on the internet, I should say, those are my sources. These sources don't seem to be able to agree on where this trivia comes from, but legend has it that Yoko Shimomura was uncredited for one song in Mega Man 5, being the Wily Castle theme. Which, if true, I think it's super awesome that my favorite Mega Man song, even as a kid, ended up being written by my favorite musician years before I knew who she was. But I don't know where the actual receipts are for that, so I don't know if that's just something that the internet commonly believes is true. But I think it'd be really cool if it is. And it definitely sounds like her style. And then, of course, there's Stardust Speedway, which is its own level of awesome. I will say, though, I definitely prefer Stardust Speedway 2. I like this chill-out, totally swanky vibe going on here in Act 1, and I like it a lot. I think it works a lot for this level. But I really like the kind of 90s disco feel, more modern feel of Act 2. I really like it. Definitely one of my favorite levels in the game. Oh, God, the flow in this level is so good, though. Didn't do that. That's right. I wait for that plant to grow and I fly. The beauty of being Tails. This and Knuckles mode is so good. I do want to do it at some point. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I do want to do a Knuckles and Knuckles playthrough. Maybe I'll stream it. That could be fun. But I do really want to play as Sonic because I really enjoy drop dashing around. Like I said in my review with Derek that we agreed that we didn't use the drop, or we never remembered to use a drop dash, and it didn't feel important. And that's true for the first time, but like on subsequent playthroughs, I'm getting so much more use out of the drop dash. It's so fun to like maximize your routes and just zip around using the drop dash and just feel like you're playing stylishly. It's a great move. I love it. I definitely would amend that part of my review and to say that, yeah, I didn't pay as much attention to it in my first playthrough, but I got a lot out of it in subsequent runs. I think I wrote it off too quickly. Dum Dun, I agree. I really like Mega Man 7. I think it's unfairly underrated. And like I said, I am a huge fan of Video Game Donkey. Alright, time for Act 2. Oh, I can't wait to play Cuphead. I gotta check it out. So, Cuphead is one of the reasons I got an Xbox One, period. I haven't used it much since I got mine, but I am really excited about Cuphead. Oh, it's such a cool level. I love the music. Yeah, I definitely prefer Act 2. As much as I like Act 1. Just can't compare to this. Oops. Ah! Oh my god. Alright. There we go. God, those badniks are so annoying. Those specific ones that you bounce off of. I missed it. Oh. Leave me alone. I know I could be going stupid, but I never want to mess with the music. And then of course we have the Stardust Speedway boss coming up, which is its own hype. So good. Ah! Alright, here we go. This part was so good. This was perfectly done. Like, I love the silence. The silence before Metal Sonic appears is just long enough. It's like you go in knowing what's going to happen. It's like, okay, of course, who else are you going to fight at the end of Stardust Speedway other than Metal Sonic, right? So you go in there, but you see the hologram, and you're like, well, okay, but it's still got to happen. But then there's just enough silence with nothing happening that you start to wonder, like, okay, what actually is going to happen? And then, of course, it delivers exactly what you knew was coming. And it's so good. It's perfectly timed for fans. Ah. I will admit that I am really bad. Oh, that was weird. I thought Metal Sonic was like going to glitch out for a second and not appear. So I'm going to admit, I am really bad at this. Like, this can sometimes take me almost a full 10 minutes. I am so bad at, like, making Silver Sonic go where I want him to. There, that will do it? Nice. By the way, Silver Sonic, right? How cool is that reference? The first time I saw that, like, during the review period, and I couldn't tell anybody, like, I couldn't talk about it, because the embargo was so strict, obviously. I'm just like, holy shit, you guys, Silver Sonic. Like, they actually went and did it. They brought back Game Gear stuff, and even the sound effects are from the Sonic 2 and the Game Gear. I love it. Like, they actually went and did it. Ah, man. I am glad this part only takes 4 hits, though. Nice, there we go. I think I'm getting a little better at it, because I've done it so many times. Nice, I got lucky there. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. No, I messed it up. Damn it. I went sailing over him. Do it! Ah, barely! So annoying. Ah, no! Knuckles, okay, okay. I think I can salvage this. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Alright, Knuckles almost screwed it up, but I'll give him credit for that one. Playing this part as Sonic just feels so epic. I love it. It's impossible for a Sonic versus Metal Sonic fight not to feel epic. But when it's this good anyway, or when it's this good to begin with, it's like, even better. Ah. The set piece here is so cool. Ah. And I love the flat texture that looks like it's 3D. Very Saturn. Sega CD. I'd say more Saturn, actually. There we go. Alright. I do love that giant. Is that supposed to be the Titanic Monarch? Like, I've mostly sussed out the story as it's told, plus I've, you know, looked up the website and stuff, so I now know, like, that stone is called the Phantom Ruby, and it's gonna be probably a focus of Sonic Forces. Like, I got all that. It's the Phantom Ruby, and it's, you know, now classic Sonic and modern Sonic are 2 different dimensions, and I get what they're going for it, but... Oh, damn it, watch out. But yeah, some of it's just vague enough where I'm not sure. Like, so is that the Titanic Monarch in the background there? Because the next time you see it is when you go back to Metallic Madness. Well, really, technically. No, because you see Little Planet in the background of Lava Reef. And then you go from Lava Reef to Metallic Madness. And then kind of Metallic Madness kind of mysteriously segues into Titanic Monarch. Oh, and Hydro City. Hell yeah. I was overjoyed when I first saw this. On my first playthrough. Hydro City is always one of my favorite zones. And I was secretly hoping for it to return, because I think it's like one of the best water levels of all time. And I kind of had a feeling it was going to return, especially after that, like, unintentional leak that no one was sure was real. I guess it turned out to be real. But I had a feeling that they knew it was a fan favorite, but I just wasn't sure if it was actually going to come back, but it did, and I was so happy. And back before Hydro City was confirmed, I even said, I was like, I don't know if the world's ready for a T-Loaf version of Hydro City 1 and 2. And I was right. They're both great. They're both great in different ways. I feel like Act 1 takes more creative liberties, which is actually different than most levels, but I feel like Act 1 is more different than the original version, while Act 2 is actually surprisingly, it kind of hews kind of close to the original. It's just a very enhanced version of the original song, but it's not really that altered. And Act 1 isn't that altered either, but it's altered a little more. I actually do feel like a little more could have been done with it, but I also kind of wonder if maybe Loaf just kind of felt like the originals are so beloved that it would be better maybe not to mess with them too much, and I can see why. And the way they're enhanced is fantastic. Act 2 is just, it's impossible not to just like kind of nod your head along to Act 2. It's so good. I do wish the loop in Act 2 was slightly longer. Like, I wish it would do, like, one more kind of variation on the main theme before looping. Just because I feel like there's so much more potential there for Loaf to just totally do ridiculous cool stuff with that melody. But I also, you know, kind of appreciate the old school, let's just loop it and keep it going feel for that song. Oh yeah, I gotta like actually... Yeah, there we go. Oh no, why? There we go. I love how those pipes and, of course, those bubbles are absolutely reminiscent of, Aqua Park? Sonic 2 8-bit? I think it's an Aqua Park or Aqua Fountain or something. But I think it's the third level, the third zone. It's Aqua something. It's after Sky High Zone. And those tunnels and the bubbles underwater that you have to, like, navigate are taken directly from that. I love it. I feel like it's Aqua Park. Aqua something. Aqua Lake. No, it's Aqua... Ah, damn it. It's Aqua Lake Zone. I think. I'm sure one of you can tell me. Or confirm. Yeah, you guys are really chatty. Almost 300, messages. That's quite a bit more than usual at this, like, stage. I've only been streaming for like an hour. Alright. You know, I think I might have used... I don't know if I called them shields or barriers. I know I called them shields at some point always, but I feel like I did also call them barriers when I was a kid too. I think I might have. Uh-oh, Knuckles ground. Sorry, Knuckles. Sorry, you're tougher than leather. You'll be alright. And this, of course, was a super cool play on expectations. I didn't get him. God, I love the animation for the water splashes. It looks so good. So polished. I never really saw the point of actually dropping torpedoes. You never really seemed to need to. It looks cool that you can do it, but yeah, I never really saw the point. Yeah, I think Hydro City does feel the least modified, probably, overall. Getting caught up with the chat here. Nice. Alright. And then, of course, there's Hydro City Act 2, which is so good. I don't even mind that this level isn't too modified from the original. It's just kind of like a supersized version of the original. But that's okay, because the original is so good. It's so fun with all its cylinders and super long drops and running across water with this super cool music playing. I love the background, the palace. It's a very feel-good level, and that's okay. It doesn't need to do too much different. Act 1 does enough different, I feel. which is kind of a paradox, but it's fine. I mean, it certainly doesn't bring anything down. Yeah, Act 2 is just a very feel-good, just kind of enjoy the ride level. Yeah, I do wish there was one more loop just to see what else Lopes could have done if he had a chance to play with it more. But you can't deny that central melody. How damn catchy it is. It's taking like everything I have, all my willpower not to like hum along with the soundtrack and like make your ears bleed. But I'm such a hummer, like I subconsciously hum all the time. My wife makes fun of me about it all the time. And it's taking all my conscious willpower not to do it right now. I love how this has that Sonic 2 quote-unquote blast processing effect of tails, you know, or your character running faster than the screen can keep up. It's such a cool looking effect, and they reproduced it perfectly. That blast processing indeed. Like I said, I know I'm not transforming, but the beauty of this playthrough is that I don't have to. It's totally a celebration of the newfound. I can enjoy a emerald perfect playthrough without having to transform every freaking 30 seconds. Also, another reason I like this boss, kind of like the, similar to the Flying Battery boss, is that the boss takes long enough to beat that you get to hear the music loop. At least once, if not, actually, a few times at least. A couple times. So yeah, I made the mistake, the grave mistake of playing the Nier Automata demo over the weekend, and now I gotta play that too, because holy shit. How could I play that game and not want to play it, or at least play that demo, and not want to play the rest of it? My god. That presentation is off the wall. I don't know if I've even seen anything like it. Oh, oops, watch out. It's very Xenogears. At least the soundtrack is very Xenogears, and I love it. And it's just kind of weird, and it's kind of like equal parts like hack and slash brawler shmup almost. I don't know, it's weird. But I've heard the routes get progressively wackier and cooler as you go, as you get to each ending. So yeah, I gotta play it. Fuck, I don't know when I'm gonna find a chance. No, I don't want to drown, or I don't want to get the drowning theme. Ah, I got the drowning theme and reset the music. I hate that. My mistake. Oh well. And it reset the music loop right before the best part too. It's heartbreaking. Oh, thank you. Usually able to get a hit off before that, but not this time. We got to turn off. Yeah, I'm like slow today. Usually I can get a hit off. Knuckles just keeps going crazy. I love it. He's like, I don't care if I get hit. Ah. I don't know. I love that I actually hit. Nice. Didn't quite get the music loop, but that's alright. God, I'd love to get a Taxman and Stealth remake of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oh, it'd be amazing. Alright, so, in my opinion, the relative low point of the game. It's not that the stage is bad. It's not a bad stage. It's just more that did Sky Chaser really need to come back? I don't think anybody really ever thought that it did. And so as a result, Knuckles just gets a better level, because he gets another regular level with badass music. And this level's like, okay, it's fine. But I would also say that this is also, for me at least, the relative low point of the soundtrack. I've heard a lot of people say this is one of their favorite songs, so, you know, of course it's all subjective, but for me personally, I would say this is the relative low point of the soundtrack as well. I do like the little Sky Chase call-out, though, at the end. It's a very cool touch. I appreciate the Sky Chase call-out. But overall, I just kind of feel like this level... It's fine, it's there, it's cool. It's not offensive, but it doesn't blow me away like the rest of the game does. And I would not be sad to see this kind of level never come back. Unless it was, like, done, like, improved in some way. Also, one thing I noticed about this level is that if you're playing Sonic and you do a drop dash, it's an automatic death. Because the plane isn't programmed to keep up with the drop dash's sudden burst of speed. So you drop dash right to your doom. I love his idle animation. So good. This seems like a fair opportunity to transform. Do it. But yeah, Knuckles' Mirage Saloon Act 1 is way better. Way better. Alright, let's cheese this guy. Oh, I love cheesing things as super anything. It just feels so badass. It's cool. I wonder when he's gonna, like, come in from the side. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. So the plane isn't, okay. So the tornado isn't prepared for, Super Tails either. Bummer. That's what I get, right? No, I do wish I wish the tornado was better. That, like, actively is like, a shame. Oh, at least I get to hear this cool song again. I do like that the non-weak point balls on the boss's body don't hurt you. I think that's good game design. Even though it looks like they should be able to, it's because the perspective is weird. It's good game design that they don't hurt you, in my opinion. It's very hard to accurately judge when it would be safe to jump. Here it is. Alright. Oh no. Excuse me. Hey Zega, yeah, I'll probably beat the game tonight. Chuckling doesn't help. Sure doesn't. I did notice that TSD. I watched that Did You Know Gaming video, or I don't know if it was Did You Know Gaming, but I did watch the whole treatment on the cut content from Sonic Mania. Really interesting stuff. I love it. Strange how there's that unused animation of Tails shaking off the chemical goop from the intro of Chemical Plant Act 1, but they just decided not to use it. Oh, this song is so cool. So much better than Act 1, too. At least the Sonic and Tails version of Act 1. And this is a song that kind of changed from my expectations, too, because, like, it was one of the ones that, you know, was heard a lot pre-release, but it was never a clean version. So, like, I thought I knew this song, and then when I heard the clean version, it actually sounded somewhat different than what I had grown to expect, in a good way. It was really good. I just need a digital release of the soundtrack. But yeah, I do wish Mirage Saloon got to shine more. I feel like it's kind of over too quickly because, at least in Sonic and Tails' route, because of Act 1. This doesn't really feel like the act has proper time to leave its mark. I don't need that extra life. I do like this zone's legacy, though. Like, I love how it began as Desert Dazzle Zone. See, it's already over. Like, it was really fast. In fact, that may be the fastest I've ever done a level. I feel like I don't usually do it that quickly. I wonder if that was like an unintentional, somewhat speedrun. Like an actual good time. And of course, this boss speaks for itself. You get Knack and Bark and Fang. So good. Sorry, Knack and Bark and Bean. Fang and Knack are the same character. It's funny, I'm one of the few Sonic fans who instinctively calls the Weasel Knack. Because my introduction to Knack was through Sonic Triple Trouble on the Game Gear, not Sonic the Fighters, where he's known as Fang. So I always knew him as Knack, and so when Derek and I were talking about it for our review, and editing our review, we kept flashing over Fang and Knack. Like, damn it, his name's Fang. No, his name's Knack. Alright. Can you feel the sunshine? God. Sonic R's soundtrack is legendary. Yeah, I love the legacy of this zone, TSD. Dust Hill, then Desert Dazzle, and then Mirage Saloon. So good. So this was the big surprise, I think, for a lot of people, right? I know it was for me. I don't think I ever expected Oil Ocean to return. And I still can't say for sure if it should have. Like, I don't dislike it. I think it's cool. And we got this delicious Oil Ocean Act 1 remix, so, you know, I'm not complaining. At the same time, is Oil Ocean really a fan favorite? I do love the new mechanic with the fire. Like, that's cool. But I just don't know if Oil Ocean really just demanded a return. But again, I'm not upset that it's here. I like it. I just didn't expect it. And I don't know if I asked for it, but I'm not complaining. And I really, really like Act 1. Act 2, again, I'm not going to call it, I mean, it's not even a relative low point like Mirage Saloon Act 1. I enjoy Act 2, but I will say that Standopolis Act 2 was never my favorite level to begin with. And the fact that it borrows, you know, the kind of vibe of that level. Oh, damn, that was close. I almost killed myself. The fact that it kind of borrows that conceit, Standopolis Act 2. Not my favorite level, but I don't, you know, I don't dislike it. I still enjoy it. And the remix is really good too. Like, the music is pretty cool. But I do admit I like Act 1 more. Just that beat, you can't... It's impossible not to get into that beat. It's just so good. This is exactly what I always envisioned the ideal Act 1 Oil Ocean remix to sound like. It's got that sexy groove to it. But yeah, I know during my first playthrough, I was like, Oil Ocean, what the hell? Because when I saw it in the background during the transition out of Mirage Saloon, I'm like, is that what I think it is? Like, that's not Oil, I mean, it looks like Oil Ocean, but why would they bring Oil Ocean back? It's not that popular. But I'm fine with it. Yeah, the Oil Ocean Act 2 music is really cool in its own way, but it doesn't have the same just infection that this one does, in my opinion. Earwormy quality to it. See, there again, that would have been an accidental transformation. You know, we'll go ahead. Guy annoys me. Too easy to get instant killed against him against those spikes on the ceiling. So I didn't mind cheesing him. It is easy, yeah, Jack. No matter what, whether you have a Super Tails or not, or Super anything. It's easy to cheese that boss. Actually, let me get caught up here. Bark. Yep, Bark the polar bear. Yeah, TSD, I totally agree. It is an absolute delight, and it not only lived up to, but exceeded the hype I had for it. I love Alolan Sandslash Mania. I love how you spelled Knack. That's the game, K-N-A-C-K. You know the character is just N-A-C-K, right? I don't know if it's funnier if you do know that or don't. Yeah, same here, TSD. Metallic Madness. I was, like, not into that at first, but then it grew on me. Oh man, Metropolis Zone, yeah. That was kind of, yeah. Oof. Metropolis Zone is cool until it isn't. So yeah, TSD, I definitely, like, I agree. I was initially actively, like, bummed out about Metallic Madness. So I was like, really? So it's like, I was trying to keep an open mind, but I was like, I don't know about the music. I never really liked Metallic Madness music that much. The remix with the rap isn't really doing it for me. But then I played it more, and I kind of, you know, went into it with an open mind and just, you know, kind of reminded myself that I needed to just kind of give it a shot. And I'm glad I did, because now I really enjoy it. And I like both songs, too. I like both acts of music. They have their own vibe that's unlike anything else in the soundtrack, and I really like it. And yeah, this track is cool. This level's cool, like in general. I just don't really like the Sonic, or the Sandopolis Act 2 mechanic of having the smoke, or the, in this case, I guess, the fumes. Like, I think I would enjoy this level more if it didn't have the fumes. I just don't really feel like they add anything to the level. Alright, making good progress here. I do love the fire, though. It's so cool. Great idea. Really smart way to, introduce a new wrinkle into the level. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, it's a fun level. This also has a good flow to it. again for a second. That's weird. You actually don't have to do the sub, or any of the subs really, but I will. And I've already gotten the one for the achievement. Yeah, the subs don't really seem to serve a purpose. Not that that matters. But I definitely, I found out pretty quickly that you don't really need to do them for any reason. And especially not if you're speedrunning. You don't want to go. Like that one, for instance. I'm just gonna go straight to the boss. I like this boss a lot. It's really well designed. It plays on your expectations if you're a returning fan. Like, you obviously recognize it, and it plays on those expectations in some pretty cool ways. But then that happens. I've had that happen once before, actually. Is that my first death? It might be. Yeah, I've actually seen that happen one other time. That's one of the goofy glitches that happen in this game sometimes. I missed it. Yeah, I love how that just randomly happens. Oh, Knuckles. Oh, I almost hit it again. I might as well cheese it if I keep getting hit. Oh no, watch out! Alright. I successfully dodged. Oh, that was close. Oh yeah, again, one of the things I do like about this boss is that you get to hear the boss theme loop a bunch of times. Unless you, like, cheese it perfectly, and I don't always. Wow, I'm surprised it's not dead. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've been able to, like, beat it really quickly before by, like, doing my jumps perfectly, but typically that one takes a little longer to beat. Let's see, getting caught up here. Chibi Sonic, yeah, I did love that. And Chibi Tails and Knuckles getting introduced. Alright, so I'm gonna go against the grain here, actually, and say that I was overjoyed to see Lava Reef return. I know it's not a popular level, but it's always been one of my favorites. And I don't even like fire levels. Fire levels are always my least favorite levels. But there's something special about Lava Reef. The music's really cool. I've always loved the music for Lava Reef. Act 1 specifically, by the way. Act 2's cool too in its own way, but I really like Act 1 specifically. And I love the way they expanded on the concept of it. So the background now is like it's like takes place in the middle of an open volcano, so that when you go high enough, you can see like the starry sky, and it kind of adds to the drama, seeing the sky at night, lighting up little planets. It's really cool. Like, they took the concept of the level and updated it in exactly the right ways, in my opinion. And even if they hadn't, I've always thought Lava Reef Act 1 was a really cool level, and I've wanted to see it return. I know that's something Donkey was not a fan of, because I watched all of his videos in this game, and he did not like Lava Reef initially. And then he saw the light. He was like, oh, it's actually really fun. This is another one of those really nicely subtle remixes. It's updated in very subtle but cool ways. But yeah, never been the biggest fan of fire levels, just in general. I like ice levels. Don't really love fire levels, but this one's different. It just has its own kind of cool vibe to it. Especially once you get up here and get to see the cool background. It's just, yeah, they expanded on it in the perfect way. And the way that lava glows is so Genesis. This is another game that has, or another level that has really good flow. Alright. I also love the all-shing routes in this level. They're a lot of fun to find, and they all feel very different. Same thing in Act 2. I do wish this game did a little better job with its own transitions. I think I was expecting a little more there that they delivered. Like, some of the zones have great transitions and make lots of sense, but some of them, like, a lot of them just don't, and I feel like they just hand wave away. And they, like, literally make no sense. Like, how do you get from Stardust Speedway to Hydro City, you know? And then, subsequently, how do you get from Hydro City to Mirage Blue? How do you get from Loyal Ocean to Lava Reef? Like, and I feel like, yeah. So, and I mean, I know you see Little Planet in the background in Act 2, but I feel like that's not really sufficient explanation on how you get to Metallic Madness from there. Like, is it like Stardust Speedway where it's supposed to be in the past again? Or is there just no time travel and we're in weird present-day Metallic Madness that just happens to be Metallic Madness because Little Planet's back? Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Where I feel like Sonic 3 and Knuckles very effortlessly told a more cohesive story. I do like that they go so hard in on the fan service and like all the deep cuts and tell a cool story with like cool fan servicey elements like Metal Sonic and Sonic CD levels, and you know, it does a good job of telling a cool story for fans, but I just feel like some of the elements are a bit too nebulous. I would do that. It also doesn't help that the Phantom Ruby isn't named as such in the story. Like, anywhere in the game, there's no way you would ever know that purple stone... I'm just getting killed. Ah. Yeah, I had a hard time. Hard to play and talk at the same time. But yeah, there's no way you'd know that purple gemstone is called the Phantom Ruby unless you go looking for external sources. That's why in the review, Derek and I both erroneously referred to it as a time stone, because for all we knew, it looked like a time stone, kinda. I mean, it seemed like a plausible guess, but there's really no way to know it's something different. I also love how they reimagined this level. I love seeing the construction in the background of the Titanic Monarch. Very cool. I also prefer Knuckles' route in this level too, because he gets to fight the Heavy Emperor. I like his boss fight. He gets to, he gets that cool little animation story bit with the Master Emerald. I love that. And of course, he gets the boss fight with the Heavy Emperor, which is really a fun fight. He got the Master Emerald there, which is really cool. It's kind of cool how they bother to show specifically that the Super Emeralds are of course broken, but they make sure to show you that the Master Emerald is not broken. Which I find interesting. Like, why specify that? Although I know there is that whole thing about Izuka saying, we just didn't want them to get, you know, to more and more absurd power levels and have these new levels of emeralds, so we just turned the super emeralds into the chaos emeralds, which I get. I feel like they could have just kept the super emerald zone, it would have been fine. Just don't introduce any more after that. Like, don't introduce the hyper emeralds or anything. Oh, come on. What are the... Honestly, what are the actual odds of that happening? Can you believe that? At least it was, like, right here. And just in signpost. But, like, really, what are the odds? Oh, no. Alright, great. I love how they subtly improved all the animations, too. Like, even Tails looking up looks great. Oh, that was close. Oh yeah, this thing. Remember I accidentally got the achievement for, stepping on this guy. Or a trophy, I should say. That almost was really badly under unfortunately timed too. That almost crushed me by accident. Ah! I missed the... Oh, that's okay. Alright, let's do it. Oh, watch out! Oh, that was so close. Almost didn't make it. Alright, made it. Alright, let's do it. Ah, damn it. Alright. I'm having a hard time today. Jeez. Yeah, I'm usually able to do that every time. Just like hit it where you're supposed to. And not get hit by everything, but yeah, it's like I'm having a hard time. My god, I can't hit him. Why can't I hit him? I got lucky there. There we go. Yeah, I'm like playing like a total scrub today. Although I guess it is 3 in the morning, almost. Alright, let's do it. There we go, finally, God. Having a hard time today. Alright. Get caught up in the chat here. I've always heard that Lava Reef isn't popular. At least that's what I've always been, like, that's always kind of what's been communicated to me. I didn't notice that they had Endless Mine, but now that I look, TSD, or now that I think about it, you're totally right. Just getting caught up here. Yeah, pretty much agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. I know about the Motobug trivia, TSD. Super cool, right? I told my wife that, and she's like, that's like the sweetest thing. Alright, time for Metallic Madness. Let's do it. Oh, this song is just... It's grown on me so much. The Zone, both Act 1 and Act 2, they've both grown on me so much. And I was not a fan originally. It's so 90s. God, I love it. And that very, very strategic use of elements from the original song. I love it. Like that weird go sound. Yeah, they did what seemed to be impossible, which is make Metallic Madness great. So good. I love the zoomed out perspective on Tails and Knuckles. It's cool. So good. Yeah, and just like I said, completely unlike any other level in the game. In every way. Ah. There we go. Ah. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. It's like the worst time for that to happen. Alright, should be supposed to be in the back one. Oops. I think I like Act 2 a little more, ultimately. I like them both. But I think push comes to shove, I think I like Act 2 more. Both the level and the music, but I really like them both. And of course, the Sonic 1 final boss callback here, gotta love that. And I love the spin on it too, that panic button, or emergency light. Ah. I like that when it breaks, it goes into this new, like, panic mode. I love this part of the song. Ah, come on. Gotta love that Sonic 3. Go! This boss becomes a lot more predictable and less, like, panicky when you realize that Eggman comes out on the 4th. Oh, watch out. He comes out every 4th machine. Oh my god. Ah! He was, like, going for me that time. I've never come that close to dying. Knuckles did die. Yeah, I'm just, like, playing Terror Midnight. I guess I should have gotten that in, Act 2. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah. I like this one just a little more. So good. Gotta love the scrap brain callbacks in this level. Oh yeah, and you'll hear it in a second, but I was talking earlier about how there's another song in the soundtrack that reminds me of... I love Chibi Tales and Knuckles. I was talking about how there's another song in the soundtrack that reminds me of Streets of Rage. And this is it. The instrumentation behind the vocals, that bump, 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 at that part, reminds me a lot of the kind of synth you'd hear in Streets of Rage. Especially 2. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, the new Chibi Knuckles and Tails sprites are great. I always forget about the spikes. They're hard to see. So good. I love the boss in this level too. Plus you get that underused second boss theme. I wish you got to hear that more. Gotta love this part of Tails. Love it. It's like, ah, fuck that. Like, I'm out of time for this. Alright. Such a good boss. It's funny, I found out earlier that there is no transformation sprite when you're small like this. So if I were to transform right now, it would just go into, like, he would just become super without, there's no, like, Super Saiyan transformation sprite or anything. It's like to show it now. I didn't want to mess up this music though, because you don't hear it enough as it is. Great boss. Love it. So clever. And so much fan service. Also, I'm pretty sure that that ha 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 in this song, I'm 99% sure it's sampled from Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn, the boss theme. Go and listen to it. If you don't know what I'm talking about already, go listen to it. I'm like 99.9% sure that's the same laugh, and that Lope sampled it from that game. Alright, time for Titanic Monarch. First, I'm gonna get caught up here. I don't think Alone in Sandslash. I don't think I knew that T. Lopes was the rapper for both acts. That's awesome. I knew he was the one saying Lights, Camera, Action in Studiopolis 1. But that's really cool. I didn't know that. I should have known. I gotta look up the lyrics. I'm sure they're available out there. I mean, I know they're repurposed for Sonic CD, so I'm sure I knew them at one point. But I don't know if I know them anymore. Final Zone intensifies. Lopes did. He's the one who knew it needed a saxophone. So good. So yeah, go check out that Sonic 3D Blast boss theme if you don't believe me. I'm pretty sure it's the same laugh though. Alright, so time for Titanic Monarch. Which one of you says underrated? Is it? I feel like what I've mostly heard on this zone is that people like it, but maybe not. I like it though, it's super cool. It's a great final zone. The Act 1 theme for Titanic Monarch is fucking epic. I love it. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's perfect for a Sonic final level. It's got that perfect, epic kind of heroic feel to it, that kind of like ominous, you gotta pull it out feel to it. So good. I will say that Act 2 is not my favorite level. I like it. It's a good level. and it's a good final level, but I don't know, it's not my favorite. It doesn't feel quite as epic as this one. It feels more ominous, which is what they were going for, and I think it works. But I kind of like my Sonic games to end epically, and not as ominously. And this Act 1 nails that epic vibe that I'm looking for in the final level, whereas Act 2 kind of nails it in a different way, but it's not my favorite. And on that note, I will admit that while I really like the Titanic Monarch boss theme, like the final boss theme, I'm slightly underwhelmed by the Supersonic boss theme. I was expecting something that was going to outperform even Doomsday Zone, which I realized is a super tall order. But I really thought it was going to just be like the new Doomsday Zone, and I'm not convinced that it is. It didn't quite do it for me. I like it. Like, I definitely don't dislike it or anything, and it's cool in its own way. But it just doesn't quite hit that level of, like, ultimate intense hype that I'm used to and kind of look for as the, you know, and the true final ending of a Sonic game. And it's not just the music. I thought the fight itself was a little mechanically, I guess, kind of meh. It just didn't have that epic feel, like flying through space and saving the planet. And, you know, you go to this, like, weird purple dimension with this random, like, little street with some light posts on it. And you get this, like, rather kind of mechanically simple fight. And it's cool, but it just wasn't quite what I was expecting. But it's not bad. But if Doomsday Zone's like a 10 out of 10, or let's say Doomsday Zone's like a 12 out of 10, I would say the Egg Reverie fight is like a 9 or an 8. So it's like still really good. But it isn't Doomsday. Let's not get smashed here. But yeah, I will praise Titanic Monarch all day, especially Act 1. All day. I wish it was a little more message by the story exactly what Titanic Monarch is. Like, obviously it's a weapon made by Eggman after Sonic 3 Knuckles is what he's using to try to take over the world again. But I don't quite fully explain how the Phantom Ruby figures into it, or how that, as thematically cool as it is, how that whole citadel that's like has the stained glass windows of all the Chaos Emeralds and of the Phantom Ruby, and how that all makes sense. But like, it's cool as it is, I just wish like the epicness was explained a little more. Like in Sonic 3 Knuckles, you knew the Death Egg, you knew what it was, you knew what it represented, you knew what the stakes were. Like, the Death Egg was like a big deal. And it had been reconstructed like twice by that point. So it was like, okay, here we go. But it's a little more nebulous what exactly the Titanic Monarch is. Although I can only assume that it's meant to have, like, dimension phasing abilities because it uses the Phantom Ruby as power source. Be curious to see how the Ruby plays into Sonic Forces. I don't know if it's a good idea that they decided to connect the two games, but they did. They decided to do it, so we'll see how it turns out. Doesn't really matter how we feel about it. But yeah, this is a really fun level. It has really good flow. Ah! Gotta love the Sonic 3 bonus stage callbacks here. These spears. Alright. I do like that they brought this guy back in a way. Kind of a cool twist. Pretty easy boss as long as you're patient. This boss like begs you. It's like it's so easy to want to go and rush it. but that's like the easiest way to take damage. This part isn't too bad. Pretty easy to cheese this part of the boss. Especially his tails. There we go. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna get caught up on the chat first, though. It could be, yeah, I could see where Titanium Monarch could be iffy the first time. I know I enjoyed it the first time, though. I definitely did not feel let down. Yeah, the actual boss of this zone is kind of, yeah, and it is underwhelming, but the music is awesome. That's true. The level's color palette is very primary Eggman color. Yeah, it's true. Fast and Furious and Knuckles. That's a really good way to put it, Zega Exiron. He may be a bumbling goof, but when things go his way, he rocks it. Yeah, Eggman is very good at kind of bouncing between, like, goofy and actually very, like, truly villainous. Hey, JCmo78, Maraslu is your favorite? Nice, it's great. My favorite was Press Garden of the new zones, but they're both great. Alright, caught up. Let's do it. Yeah, this is a cool level. It definitely does a good job of, like, taking the epic theme of the first, or the epic, I guess, version of the music in Act 1 and making kind of a more sinister, kind of foreboding vibe out of it. But it still does manage to remain kind of epic in its own way, too. Kind of reminds me of Panic Puppet, again, from Sonic 3D Blast on Saturn. Yeah, I definitely get a Panic Puppet vibe from it. Boy, I almost caught myself humming again. Came close. I've somehow almost made it through without humming even once. I've gotten pretty good at not doing that on stream, but... Oh no, I didn't realize you guys didn't get another chance. I'm just gonna cheese this with tails because I can. This level has great flow for a final level too. Like, even though it's difficult, it's, you know, it has its tough parts. There are a lot of parts where you just get to run and just kind of go for it, too. Which is not, common in Sonic final levels. Yeah, even though I don't quite get how it makes sense in context, I do love the idea of the stained glass Citadel-type background, showing the Chaos Emeralds and the Phantom Ruby and the Hard-Boiled Heavies. I love those beeps, like the beeping he uses as part of the beat of the song. It's very cool. Cool effect. Feels like you're in the middle of a mechanical enemy stronghold. It's great. I will say one thing that is fun about the boss of this level, even though it's a little underwhelming, is that it's fun to see how quickly you can, like, just mess with the boss and see how quickly you can take it out. And just kind of see what the game will let you do in terms of cycles. Because I've fought that boss enough times now where I've, like, you know, gotten a feel for how quickly it can actually be done. Keep it, but I don't always execute it properly. Ah. For the longest time, like, it definitely threw me off at first. The first time I played this level, I was like, wait, why do I feel like I'm backtracking? And I didn't realize there were 4 different rooms you had to clear at first. It was not that obvious to me. It's been so fun. I've spent so much time exploring every nook and cranny of these levels and Tales. Like, I don't really feel the need to do it anymore, but it's a lot of fun to do. So many different routes and so many different little secrets to find. It's great. I also like how you can ride the currents on those little lightning towers if you have a lightning shield. That's cool, I love that. Another example of great flow in these level designs. And even things you didn't see a whole lot in the classic games. It's like different ways, different versions of loop-loops, and different ways that kind of sends you careening about the level. Like they got very creative with that. That one's easy. Oop. Oh, Knuckles is gliding through there all haphazardly. Oh, Knuckles. He's just gliding. He's just, like, not really doing anything else except just gliding. And dying, I guess. I somehow feel like Knuckles dies even more often than Tails does when the AI controls him. Oops. Oops. I have Tails, I can cheese it. I just keep cheesing it, it's great. Alright, let's do it. Time for the Titanic Monarch boss. Which again is kind of underwhelming mechanically, but the music sure is cool. That worked out. Very lucky. That's probably Lope's talking too, right? Whatever that voice is saying. I can never quite figure out what it is saying, though. Other than 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. That one always feels a little random to me. It doesn't feel like there's any imminent threat, but then sometimes things just hit you, and you're like, okay, sure. Alright, there's one. Yeah, this song is super cool. Ah, should've gotten the other side. Could've hit him more. Yeah, that's not bad. This is just kind of waiting. It's like, there's not really a whole lot to do, but just wait. The safe zones are very obvious. Alright, let's stay on the left side this time. Or the right side, depending on how you look at it. And that's why I wanted to be on the right side. Or left side. Even better. Ah. I love how it's so easy to cheese things with, like, repeated spin dashes. Even though they don't look like they should do that much damage. It's like, it's really easy to forget that you can just do regular-ass spin dashes. And there it is. I did just notice, I saw one of you talk about how it looks like the Titanic Monarch machine cracks open like an egg yolk. It totally does. My first time noticing that. That's cool. By the way, they just totally left Knuckles behind to, like, burn up in the Inferno. That's funny. It looks like 7 of you stuck with me through the whole stream, so thank you guys for that. Yeah, that's a great point, Zega. You're right. Yeah, suddenly Sonic. I know, I love that Falk mastered it, too. Really nice guy on Gaff. Yeah, that song is great, right? So it is T-Lopes doing the voice in that song, too, yeah. Away, before I make mincemeat out of you. I love Eggman's voice. Yeah, it does feel like that, right? Hello, Insane Slash? Yeah, it feels like Eggman's like, he's like, done playing around. Alright. Well, it's like 3:20, so I think that's my cue to go to bed. But thank you guys for joining me on my surprise Sonic Mania stream tonight. Had a good time. And I hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and skip out of the credits because I've watched them so many times. And I'm pretty tired. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, guys. But thank you guys for joining me, as always. And I will see you next time. And I'll see you on a Game Explain discussion or stream or podcast sooner rather than later. So thanks, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Oops. That was definitely the wrong button. But yeah, seriously, thank you guys. I had a great time. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. Perhaps with Sonic next time on an actual Game Explain stream. Alright, good night, guys. See you later. Thanks again. Bye.